Keanu Reeves, the motorcycle accident that changed everything. Keanu Reeves' name is synonymous with resilience, transformation, and perseverance. While he is widely recognized for his role as Neo in the Matrix franchise, his story is much more than that. Behind the action-packed films and Hollywood fame, Keanu's life has been shaped by a series of personal tragedies and turning points that have tested his limits as both an actor and a human being. One such turning point, perhaps the most life-altering, came after a horrific motorcycle accident in 1988 that nearly claimed his life. This accident, while not as publicized as others in the celebrity world, would become a defining moment that changed the course of his career and personal journey. Keanu's relationship with motorcycles had always been a deep one. Before the accident, he was known to have a passion for riding. For him, motorcycles were more than just a mode of transportation, they represented freedom, adventure, and a sense of control over his own destiny. He had been an avid rider for years, a hobby that offered him solace from the pressures of Hollywood. The freedom of the open road was a therapeutic escape for a man who had already experienced considerable personal loss and public scrutiny. In the late 1980s, during the height of his fame from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, 1989, Keanu was cruising through a period of great personal reflection. His career was gaining momentum, but his personal life was marked by the tragic loss of his close friend and fellow actor River Phoenix, who had died of a drug overdose in 1993. Phoenix's death left an indelible mark on Keanu's psyche, and he often spoke about the impact it had on him, leaving him feeling an acute sense of mortality. This emotional state, combined with the stress of being constantly in the public eye, led Keanu to seek even more solitary outlets of expression. One of those outlets, of course, was his motorcycle. The fateful day of the accident occurred in 1988, long before the world knew Keanu Reeves as the stoic, meditative actor we know today. He was riding his motorcycle in the Hollywood Hills when disaster struck. The circumstances of the crash are still somewhat clouded, but it is said that Keanu was either speeding or lost control of his bike while navigating a difficult curve. Regardless of the exact cause, the outcome was catastrophic. Keanu was thrown off the motorcycle and was critically injured. His body was battered, his left shoulder dislocated, and he sustained multiple fractures in his arms and legs. It was a traumatic experience, and in many ways, it was a near-death experience that would shape his future in profound ways. 4 weeks after the crash, Keanu was confined to a hospital bed, in excruciating pain. The injury was severe enough to require extensive surgery, and it took months for him to recover fully. During this period, he found himself confronting his own vulnerability in a way he had never done before. Despite being a successful actor, he had never truly felt invincible. The accident brought him face to face with his own mortality and ignited a deep reflection on the fragility of life. The accident was not just a physical injury, it was a psychological and emotional blow, forcing Keanu to reevaluate everything from his career choices to his place in the world. While many would expect a star like Keanu to retreat further into the superficiality of Hollywood, the motorcycle accident led him in the opposite direction. It became the catalyst for his spiritual and emotional growth. During his recovery, Keanu began to ask more profound questions about the world around him. How had he spent his time up until that moment? What was truly important in life? He was no longer interested in the glamour of fame or the fleeting satisfaction of his past successes. He was searching for something more meaningful. For many, a traumatic event such as this would be a wake-up call, a moment that forced them to reconsider their path in life. For Keanu, it was the moment that propelled him toward the journey of self-discovery. As Keanu began his long road to recovery, he started to change his approach to life, work, and relationships. He became less focused on the superficial aspects of Hollywood fame and more interested in pursuing projects that spoke to his own deeper values. He took fewer roles in commercial films and began seeking out more meaningful and introspective projects, like My Own Private Idaho, 1991, and The Gift, 2000. In these films, Keanu showcased a different kind of vulnerability, one that was not about the action-packed hero or the invincible figure, but the flawed, deeply human character. More than just an actor's transformation, this accident marked the beginning of Keanu's ongoing journey into mindfulness and self-awareness. He started meditating and practicing yoga as part of his healing process, incorporating these practices into his daily routine. Meditation and mindfulness helped him cope not just with the physical pain, but also with the emotional scars that the accident left behind. The combination of physical healing and spiritual growth allowed him to emerge from the ordeal a changed man. He no longer sought fame for fame's sake, nor did he chase after money or material possessions. Instead, Keanu found joy in simpler things, like riding his motorcycle through the mountains, exploring the quiet, undisturbed corners of the world, and engaging with the people who mattered most to him. Keanu's transformation didn't stop at personal healing. It also affected how he interacted with the world around him. He became known for his kindness and humility, a reputation that grew with each passing year. Stories of his generosity and down-to-earth demeanor became legendary in Hollywood circles. He was known for taking pay cuts to ensure that films were made, for donating large portions of his salary to charity, and for quietly helping those around him without ever seeking recognition. His reputation as an actor's actor grew, and the industry began to take notice of the depth and sincerity he brought to his roles. Yet, despite his success, Keanu never fully embraced the trappings of fame. He was known for his preference for low-key, humble living. He would often take the subway in New York, rather than being chauffeured around in a limousine, and would walk through public spaces without a bodyguard, despite his celebrity status. Keanu's life, after the accident, became a beautiful example of someone who had found balance, someone who had not only healed physically but had undergone a spiritual and emotional rebirth. His motorcycle accident was no longer just a tragedy, it had become a defining moment in a much larger story of personal transformation. Keanu Reeves, rising from the ashes. Keanu Reeves' motorcycle accident in 1988 became more than just a physical setback, it served as the catalyst for a profound transformation in both his personal and professional life. After the crash, Reeves' perception of fame, success, and even himself began to shift drastically. The long recovery period gave him time to reflect not just on his career, but on the true nature of his existence and the fragility of life itself. His experiences during this time marked the beginning of a period in which he would redefine his values, his career choices, and his relationships with others. Keanu's journey of self-reflection and growth wasn't just about recovering from the accident, it was about rebuilding from the inside out. After months of physical therapy and rehabilitation, he re-entered the Hollywood scene not with the same ambition that had characterized his younger years, but with a renewed sense of purpose. He had seen firsthand how fleeting fame could be, and how quickly life could change. Instead of focusing on the superficialities of celebrity culture, he began seeking roles that challenged him artistically and allowed him to explore deeper, more complex characters. While some might have expected Keanu to gravitate toward big-budget blockbusters following his recovery, he took the opposite route. In the years following the crash, he began pursuing roles in independent films that dealt with themes of personal struggle, vulnerability, and existential questions. His involvement in projects like My Own Private Idaho, 1991, where he portrayed a street hustler struggling with his identity, reflected a shift in his priorities. The film, which also starred River Phoenix, was both a critical success and a deeply personal project for Keanu. It marked his first major foray into more emotionally complex roles, setting him apart from the typical Hollywood action star. The film's exploration of friendship, identity, and the human condition resonated with Keanu on a personal level, as it echoed the themes of loss, healing, and transformation he was living through. Keanu's involvement in My Own Private Idaho wasn't just a career move, it was part of a larger, conscious decision to focus on projects that challenged him as an actor and as a person. He started working with directors who were known for their unconventional, artistic approach to filmmaking, such as Gus Van Sant, who directed My Own Private Idaho. These roles allowed Keanu to embrace his vulnerability as an actor, and to portray characters who were deeply flawed yet intensely human. Keanu became known for his ability to embody characters who were searching for meaning and purpose in a world that often seemed indifferent to their struggles, a reflection of Keanu's own life after the accident. His growing reputation as an actor with depth and sincerity was further cemented with his role in The Gift, 2000, a psychological thriller that required him to explore dark and complex emotional terrain. In contrast to his earlier roles, where he often portrayed action heroes or likable, easygoing characters, Keanu was now taking on roles that required him to confront the darker aspects of the human experience. This was a deliberate choice, a way for him to use his acting as a vehicle for personal expression and to grapple with his own feelings of grief, loss, and redemption. In the years following the accident, Keanu's career trajectory took a sharp turn away from mainstream action films and toward more introspective, character-driven stories. But Keanu's personal growth wasn't limited to his career choices. His motorcycle accident had also taught him a great deal about the fragility of life, and he began to take a more mindful approach to living. The accident had forced him to confront his own vulnerability and mortality in a way that few people in his position ever had to. While many celebrities would turn to excess to cope with the pressure of fame, Keanu chose a different path. He began practicing meditation and yoga regularly as part of his healing process. These practices became a crucial part of his life, helping him to maintain balance and focus amid the chaos of Hollywood. Meditation, in particular, became a key tool for Keanu in managing both the physical pain from his injuries and the emotional weight of his personal struggles. He often spoke about the importance of mindfulness in his life, noting that it helped him remain grounded and present, even during the most turbulent times. His commitment to self-care, both mentally and physically, set him apart from many of his peers in Hollywood, who often found themselves consumed by the pressures of fame. Keanu also began to distance himself from the Hollywood lifestyle. Rather than attending extravagant parties or staying in the spotlight, he opted for a more private, introspective way of life. He became known for his humility, kindness, and generosity, traits that would later become synonymous with his public persona. Unlike many other actors, who seemed to embrace the celebrity lifestyle with open arms, Keanu rejected the trappings of fame in favor of a simpler, more grounded existence. He would often be seen riding his motorcycle through the streets of Los Angeles, or walking around the city without any bodyguards, a stark contrast to the typical behavior of a Hollywood A-lister. His generosity and down-to-earth nature soon became legendary. Keanu was often described as one of the most humble and selfless stars in Hollywood. He reportedly gave away millions of dollars of his salary from the Matrix films to the special effects and costume design teams, ensuring that those who worked alongside him received a fair share of the success. His acts of kindness were not limited to the set. Keanu was known to give large sums of money to various charities, particularly those supporting children and cancer research. These acts of generosity, combined with his commitment to a simple life, helped to further solidify Keanu's status as a beloved figure, not just in Hollywood, but among the general public as well. Despite his newfound fame and wealth, Keanu remained grounded and focused on the things that truly mattered to him. His motorcycle accident had stripped away any illusions he had about fame and success, forcing him to reconsider what was truly important in life. In many ways, the accident had been a blessing in disguise, allowing him to rediscover his sense of purpose and redirect his energy into causes that aligned with his values. Keanu had emerged from the accident not just physically healed, but spiritually renewed. In the years that followed, Keanu's transformation continued. He became a symbol of humility, resilience, and authenticity in an industry that often seemed obsessed with superficiality. His reputation as one of the most down-to-earth and kind-hearted actors in Hollywood was cemented, and he continued to make choices that reflected his commitment to a more meaningful life. While his career continued to thrive, Keanu's focus remained on the things that truly mattered to him: his relationships, his health, and his ability to inspire others with his work and actions. Keanu Reeves, a legacy defined by resilience and humanity. The motorcycle accident of 1988 became the turning point that ultimately shaped Keanu Reeves into the actor and the man we know today. Far from being a fleeting moment of recovery, this traumatic experience marked the beginning of a long journey, one of healing, growth, and, ultimately, transcending the typical Hollywood narrative. As Keanu's career continued to evolve, so too did his personal philosophy and his relationship with fame, allowing him to stand out in an industry that often values appearance and status above all else. His story became one not just of personal redemption, but of a profound redefinition of success and authenticity. A Hollywood star who refused to conform. In the years following his recovery, Keanu Reeves' career trajectory took an unexpected turn. While his peers in Hollywood were embracing blockbuster franchises and indulging in the trappings of fame, Keanu rejected the typical star-studded path. Despite achieving international stardom with roles like Point Break, 1991, and The Matrix Trilogy, 1999 to 2003, Keanu's focus shifted from purely commercial success to projects that offered him personal fulfillment and artistic challenges. His breakout role as Neo in The Matrix was, in many ways, a metaphor for his own journey, a man seeking meaning in a complex and often confusing world. The film's themes of reality, illusion, and self-discovery mirrored the questions Keanu had been grappling with since his accident. Neo's journey of breaking free from the confines of a constructed reality and discovering his true potential mirrored Keanu's own emotional and spiritual awakening after his crash. The role of Neo became one of his most iconic performances, and it solidified his place in Hollywood as a star capable of combining both commercial appeal and intellectual depth. But it wasn't just The Matrix that changed Keanu's career. Over the years, he continued to seek roles that allowed him to explore more complex and vulnerable characters. His decision to star in films such as The Gift, 2000, and Constantine, 2005, further demonstrated his willingness to take risks and challenge himself as an actor. Unlike many of his contemporaries who sought easy commercial success, Keanu's choices reflected a deep-seated desire to engage with roles that forced him to examine the human condition from different angles, roles that required him to confront his own internal struggles and fears. Keanu's role in the John Wick series, 2014 to present, marked another pivotal moment in his career. The franchise, which redefined the action genre with its balletic choreography and neo-noir aesthetic, was a departure from traditional action films. The character of John Wick, a man grieving the loss of his wife and seeking vengeance for the death of his beloved dog, is a stark contrast to the invincible heroes typically portrayed in Hollywood action films. John Wick is vulnerable, deeply emotional, and driven by a sense of purpose that transcends mere violence. Keanu's portrayal of the character was lauded for its emotional depth and physicality, showcasing his ability to bring a unique humanity to even the most action-packed roles. What made the John Wick series particularly significant was that it aligned perfectly with Keanu's evolving personal philosophy. The films explore themes of redemption, loss, and the consequences of violence, ideas that resonated deeply with Keanu's own life experiences. In many ways, John Wick was not just another action hero, he was a reflection of Keanu himself, someone who had experienced personal loss and had emerged from it with a sense of purpose and humility. Keanu's public image, humility, generosity, and authenticity. While Keanu's professional choices were shaping his legacy as a thoughtful and versatile actor, it was his public image that solidified his reputation as one of Hollywood's most beloved figures. His humility, generosity, and down-to-earth nature became defining characteristics of his persona. In a world where celebrities often seem out of touch with the reality of everyday life, Keanu's approach to fame was refreshing and rare. One of the most notable aspects of Keanu's public persona is his tendency to live a life that is largely removed from the trappings of stardom. Unlike many Hollywood A-listers, Keanu does not rely on a team of bodyguards, nor does he indulge in the luxury of private jets and expensive cars. Instead, Keanu is often seen riding the subway in New York City, walking around Los Angeles without security, and engaging with fans in a way that feels completely unpretentious. His preference for a simple, humble lifestyle has resonated with the public, earning him the admiration of millions. Keanu's generosity is equally legendary. In the wake of the success of the Matrix trilogy, it was revealed that Keanu had donated a significant portion of his salary from the films to the special effects and costume design teams, ensuring they were compensated fairly for their work. It is said that Keanu felt a deep sense of gratitude toward the crew members who had worked so hard to make the film a success, and he wanted to make sure they were recognized for their efforts. His act of kindness was done quietly, without any fanfare, as Keanu has always preferred to keep his charitable acts out of the public eye. Keanu's commitment to philanthropy extends beyond his work on the set of The Matrix. Over the years, he has donated millions to various charities, particularly those focused on children's hospitals and cancer research. His quiet generosity has earned him the admiration of both fans and peers, who see him as an example of what true humility and compassion look like in the entertainment industry. Even more remarkable is Keanu's ability to maintain a low profile despite his fame. While many celebrities are constantly seeking attention and validation, Keanu seems to embrace anonymity and privacy. He has often spoken about the value of personal space and the importance of maintaining a sense of normalcy in a world that constantly seeks to commodify celebrity. His refusal to indulge in the usual trappings of fame has allowed him to remain grounded and authentic, further endearing him to fans around the world. Keanu's lasting impact, the actor who defined resilience. Keanu Reeves' legacy in Hollywood is one defined by resilience and authenticity. While many stars of his generation are remembered for their larger-than-life personas, Keanu's enduring appeal comes from his ability to remain human amidst the chaos of fame. His motorcycle accident was the pivotal moment that changed the trajectory of his life, leading him on a path toward self-discovery, healing, and inner peace. Through it all, Keanu has remained true to his values, embracing the idea that success is not measured by wealth or fame, but by the positive impact one has on the world. As Keanu's career continues to flourish, his story serves as a reminder that true greatness comes from the ability to face adversity with grace and humility. His transformation from a young, ambitious actor to a beloved, grounded figure is a testament to the power of resilience and personal growth. Keanu Reeves is not just a Hollywood icon, he is a symbol of what it means to live a meaningful life in the face of personal hardship. Today, as Keanu continues to work on projects that speak to his deeper values, he remains an inspiration to those who admire his commitment to authenticity, kindness, and self-awareness. Whether he is playing the iconic role of John Wick or simply riding his motorcycle through the streets of Los Angeles, Keanu's journey is one that continues to inspire and resonate with millions around the world. In the end, Keanu Reeves is more than just an actor, he is a symbol of resilience, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, there is the potential for transformation. His story, shaped by the motorcycle accident, but also by the many other challenges he has faced, continues to inspire all who encounter it. Keanu's legacy will not only be remembered for his work on screen, but for the quiet, profound impact he has had on the world, both as an artist and as a human being. Keanu Reeves, the final transformation and his enduring legacy. Keanu Reeves' story is one of extraordinary resilience, not just in the face of physical hardship but also in the realm of emotional and psychological transformation. His motorcycle accident in 1988, which marked the beginning of his healing journey, did more than just alter the course of his career, it shaped the very core of who he is today. The public perception of Keanu, shaped by years of personal struggle and reflection, has made him one of Hollywood's most beloved figures. As he continues to evolve both as an artist and as an individual, Keanu's legacy has transcended the typical celebrity narrative. He is not merely remembered for his iconic roles or his humility, he has become a living embodiment of resilience, authenticity, and kindness. A career built on purpose, not fame. Keanu's ability to navigate the peaks and valleys of his career with grace and humility is perhaps his greatest achievement. After the motorcycle accident, it was clear that Keanu was not the same man who had entered Hollywood years earlier. The superficial allure of fame had lost its appeal, replaced by a desire for deeper, more meaningful engagement with the world. Keanu began to make career decisions that reflected this shift in his perspective. He turned down major Hollywood opportunities that did not resonate with him, choosing instead roles that allowed him to explore the human experience in a way that felt true to his own life journey. Take, for example, the role of Neo in the Matrix trilogy. While the films are known for their groundbreaking action sequences and visual effects, at their heart, they are stories of self-discovery, awakening, and liberation, themes that spoke directly to Keanu's own transformation. The character of Neo, who awakens to a reality beyond the illusion he has been living in, mirrors Keanu's own journey of self-realization and transformation following his accident. The film's existential themes, paired with Keanu's grounded and thoughtful portrayal, helped elevate the series beyond the typical action movie genre, making it a cultural touchstone. In many ways, the success of The Matrix marked a new chapter in Keanu's career, one where he was no longer just playing action heroes but characters who embodied a deeper quest for meaning. His decision to play Neo, a character whose journey mirrored his own emotional and spiritual growth, reflected his desire to engage in more meaningful storytelling, stories that asked questions about life, reality, and the human condition. With the success of The Matrix came new opportunities, but rather than chasing fame or wealth, Keanu's choices continued to be guided by a desire for artistic integrity. A star who redefined generosity. One of the defining aspects of Keanu's character, both as an actor and as a person, has been his profound generosity. Unlike many stars who flaunt their wealth and use their fame for personal gain, Keanu has always been known for giving back, often without seeking recognition. His generosity is not limited to monetary donations but extends to acts of kindness, personal time, and a willingness to help others in need. Perhaps the most famous example of Keanu's generosity is his donation of a significant portion of his salary from the Matrix trilogy to the special effects and costume design teams. It was a quiet, behind-the-scenes gesture, done out of a sense of fairness and gratitude for the work that went into making the film a success. Keanu's actions spoke volumes. In an industry where stars routinely demand millions of dollars and expect special treatment, Keanu was willing to give up a portion of his own earnings to ensure that the hard-working crew members were fairly compensated. Keanu's philanthropy extends beyond his work in film. Over the years, he has donated millions of dollars to charities, including children's hospitals, cancer research, and other causes close to his heart. He is known for being very private about his charitable activities, preferring to make donations quietly and anonymously. His generosity isn't about seeking praise or recognition, it's about making a positive impact in the world without the need for fanfare. This humility and selflessness have endeared Keanu to millions of fans and have solidified his reputation as one of the most authentic and compassionate figures in Hollywood. Moreover, Keanu's personal kindness has become legendary. Stories about his simple gestures of kindness, like sharing his seat on the subway with strangers, giving large tips to service workers, and helping fans with personal struggles, have circulated widely. These stories of everyday heroism and humility have only further cemented his place as a beloved figure in the eyes of the public. His reputation for kindness is not just about what he does with his wealth or fame, it's about the way he treats the people around him and the way he lives his life with integrity. The continuing journey, Keanu in the 21st century. As Keanu Reeves moves further into the 21st century, his journey is far from over. While his Hollywood career continues to flourish thanks to the ongoing success of the John Wick series and various other projects, Keanu has shown no signs of slowing down in his quest for personal growth and deeper understanding. In fact, the continued popularity of the John Wick franchise has shown that Keanu has not only remained relevant but has also found a new avenue to explore the themes of loss, redemption, and purpose that have defined his career. In the John Wick series, Keanu plays a man who was haunted by the past, driven by the loss of his wife, and motivated by the need for vengeance and justice. The films have been praised not only for their action sequences but for their exploration of grief, loneliness, and redemption, elements that resonate deeply with Keanu's own life story. The success of the series reflects not just Keanu's ability to entertain, but his capacity to bring emotional depth and complexity to even the most action-packed roles. Moreover, Keanu continues to live a life that exemplifies the values he espouses in his work. Despite his fame, he remains remarkably grounded. He continues to avoid the excesses of celebrity life, opting instead for a simple, private existence. Whether it's his quiet walks around Los Angeles or his preference for public transportation over private jets, Keanu's life outside of the spotlight is a reflection of his commitment to living authentically and simply. He remains one of the few Hollywood stars who have managed to retain their humility despite years of fame and fortune. Keanu's legacy, more than just an actor. Keanu Reeves' legacy will not be defined solely by his roles in The Matrix, John Wick, or Point Break. It will be defined by something far more lasting: his character. His ability to rise from personal tragedy, to turn hardship into growth, and to navigate the complexities of fame with humility and generosity, has made him a symbol of resilience. He represents a new kind of Hollywood icon, one who understands that success is not measured by fame or wealth, but by the positive impact one has on the world. Keanu's legacy is also one of kindness and authenticity. In an industry where many stars are more concerned with building an image than with staying true to themselves, Keanu has remained refreshingly real. He has shown that it is possible to succeed in Hollywood while staying grounded, treating others with respect, and maintaining a sense of inner peace. His story is a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of personal growth, and the transformative effect that living authentically can have on both an individual's life and the world around them. Keanu Reeves may never have sought the spotlight, but the light of his example has been shining brightly for decades. In the end, his story is not just about his work in film, it is about his unwavering commitment to living a life of integrity, humility, and compassion. As he continues to inspire those around him, Keanu's legacy will only grow stronger, an enduring reminder that the most important role an actor can play is the one they embody off-screen. Keanu Reeves' journey from tragedy to transformation is truly an inspiring story of resilience and personal growth. His ability to navigate both the highs and lows of life with grace is a testament to the power of staying true to oneself. We can all take a lesson from Keanu's example. No matter the challenges, it's possible to rise above and create a meaningful life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more inspiring stories like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on Keanu's incredible journey. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.